悪霊退散
Harada made a very interesting tweet earlier today, and at first glance, it can seem like nothing. Just typical Harada responding to people trolling on Twitter. But you cannot forget what happened in the past for Tekken 7. Tekken 7, we got a few guest characters. All of them controversial: Negan, Noctis, Akuma, and Geese Howard. But also, all of them besides Noctis are villains. Akuma, villain. Geese, villain. Negan, also a villain. This is something that Harada said that he loves to do, is because those characters or characters like that fit so well into Tekken, where every character kind of has like a dark side to them or a gray area. Yes, Jin Kazama is the hero, but he's done a lot of crazy things in his past. Kazuya, basically a villain. Heihachi, basically a villain. He likes to bring in villains who also have either a dark past or is currently in a dark place because it just fits so well. That's specifically the reason he gave for picking the characters he did in Tekken 7. Now, with Tekken 8, a lot of people were starting to wonder, because the full roster is out, what comes next. Of course, we first seen Eddie. Eddie, he is going to be a monster. That character probably will drop after Evo Japan. I doubt they do it before, because if you think about, what was it, 2019 Evo Japan, where Leroy Smith decimated the place, I doubt they would want a repeat of that. So Eddie probably will drop tomorrow after. But regardless of that, the full roster's out. We're starting to get into the realms of DLC. If you go back to a tweet that Harada did on 5/17/23, someone asked him about characters. Tifa was in the discussion. Kiri was in the discussion. If you keep in mind the whole villain aspect, maybe they would go with a Goro Majima over Kiri Kazama. I don't know. But his tweet says, there's a character that should be made before the guest characters. Please forget about guest characters for now. The for now is very important because we're so many months past this, and now I feel like it's the discussion, it's the time to have these conversations, because there's also another tweet, I don't have it from Harada, where he basically said, so people, as the roster for Tekken 8 was being announced, players were requesting certain characters, and he was saying, whoa, the game is already so many years in development. It's too late to start asking for this and for that. You guys have to ask in advance. The characters you should be asking for right now at that time was season 1 characters. So if we're now in this place where the season 1 characters is basically already set in stone, players should start shifting their attention towards asking for season 2, year 2 of Tekken 8. That is where this guest characters for now tweet comes into play. So if we focus on what Harada said today, someone asked him, Harada, if you don't bring anyone from Street Fighter or KOF, I will hunt you forever. Once again, one of those crazy Tekken tweets. It sounds like the person who said, I'll hit you with a burning hammer. Crazy tweet. Focusing, before we even get to Harada's statement, Street Fighter or KOF? Me personally, I don't want to see 2D characters return, and not because I feel like 2D bad, but I feel like there's so much more out there we can get. Like, going over to Street Fighter again is repetitive. Going over to Final Fantasy again with Tifa, repetitive. I would want them to venture out and get something new, something fresh, never done before. And even though I think KOF is kind of like, it would kind of be a disaster in terms of balancing and like 2D mechanics and jumping, I think they probably will tackle it totally different this time around. I don't think they'll, if they brought in a KOF or a Street Fighter character, I don't think they would have as much freedom as Akuma did, but maybe they will. Maybe that's what made Akuma so cool, is that he played exactly like Street Fighter, but in Tekken. My biggest thing is that he had both Tekken mechanics and Street Fighter mechanics. If they want to bring a KOF character in, he should only have the one KOF, or give him Tekken 8. But Harada says in response to this, he says, okay, then I'll bring Rugal. This character is a monster. First off, a villain. First off, iconic. First off, a monster. As I just said, I don't want 2D characters in the game, but this would be an incredible character to bring in. And the reason why I don't want to just completely write off this tweet is because if you think about what he did for Negan, here's the tweet. 4/17/17. So this is like when Tekken 8 pretty much came out. This was even before Geese Howard was announced, right? Maybe Noctis was out by then, I don't know. But this was very early in Tekken 7's lifespan, and someone asked Harada, Negan from The Walking Dead. Harada responded and says, with Lucille? Question mark. Haha, nice idea. He's a historic villain, but he's too weak as a fighter in my opinion. At this time, when this tweet was being made, he knew full and well they were making that character, and just for him to have that kind of foreshadowing and hinting is something you can no longer overlook. Anytime he mentions another character's name or fighting style or something related to them, you got to put a little bit of respect on it because of what he said and what happened over the course of Tekken 7. He loves villains. And also he likes to drop a lot of Easter eggs for what his next move will be. Will Harada actually do this character, Rugal? Is this something players actually want? Everyone comment down below right now, yes or no. Me personally, I think there's other ideas. See, I can't really give an idea as for what character I would want. I think this would be a cool character to bring in. Isn't Geese Howard from KOF as well? Talking about double dipping with Akuma and Noctis, I think Geese Howard is also from KOF, so maybe I wouldn't want that. Maybe it's, been there, done that before as well, right? I would rather see them go with like virtual. If they were going to go with a fighting game, Soul Calibur I think is an important one to mention. Definitely with the success of Tekken 7, they have a lot more possibilities. I also remember another tweet from Harada where he said that it's easier to collaborate with other fighting games than it is with other properties in general. Mortal Kombat is able to do so because they're owned by Warner Bros. So they have a lot of stuff in their archive. Tekken doesn't really have that luxury, so it has to go where it can. But once again, success opens up more doors, more possibilities. And I don't know, I would love for them to do a collaboration with another fighting game, but I would also want them to do so much more, so much greater. The possibilities with Tekken 8 is truly endless, and I don't want to see any wasted characters like another Negan or another Noctis, or busted characters that everyone hates for many years to come, Akuma or Geese Howard. I would want to see the next guest character be something that's beloved. I think it's so fascinating that Tekken has 5 guest characters, and all of them is controversial. Even Gon. There's a tweet from Harada where he said that back in Tekken 3, that character was hated. So I just think it's interesting where Tekken 8 is going, and seeing the way that the game plays, the mechanics, the heat system, how fast everything moves. I'm very interested to see what guest character they try, whoever it is and whenever it is. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and bye bye.